I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. Glad you could join me for tonight's Would You Rather.
Yes, I like it.
Good. Yeah, this is, for me, it's one of the most fun classes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah, I like hearing what everybody thinks about the situations, and the situations are often quite funny themselves. So
Yes, it depends of the question. Sometimes is more serious, and other time is a funny. You could make a joke.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think tonight I've picked out like 4 or 5 ahead of time, and hopefully they're a good mix of funny and serious. A couple
Yes.
are serious and a couple are funny,
Yes.
and I think it'll be a fun night. I figure if I have to teach on a Saturday night, I want it to be fun.
Yes. What time is it?
Here it is 9 p.m.
It's the same hour as mine in my country. It's 9 p.m.
Yeah, so we're in the same time zone. That's cool.
Yes. Where do you live, teacher?
In the Czech Republic.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
outside of Prague.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right. And Robert, hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. And welcome to class. Where are you from?
Me, I'm from Spain.
Cool. So 9 p.m. where you are then, too.
Yeah.
Good. This should be a fun class. I was just telling Anna that if I'm going to teach on a Saturday night, it should be a fun class. All right. So, hello, Sandra.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
And Mark, hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Welcome to class. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Wonderful. Oh, so it's morning there, or afternoon?
Afternoon, actually.
Cool. Wonderful. Great. Excellent. And Luciane, hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, but actually I'm in United States.
Oh, okay, cool. What part of the United States are you living in?
Massachusetts.
Oh, wow, East Coast. Cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to class. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Great. And Anna Carolina, hello.
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hi, my friends.
Good. Great. All right, we'll get started right away. I just want to share kind of maybe a funny story because a couple of you. So I was in London the past week, or London and the south of England, on a trip with a school. So it was a work trip. But while I was on the bus, I was sleeping, and I had a very strange dream. And I'm sharing this with you because a few of you were in the dream. I had a dream that I started a class. I started a verb class, and when I started the class, you, and it was specifically Anna Carolina and Anna, And I think Wellington was there, and a couple other regulars were there. But you all were in my hometown. And so when I started the class, I saw you all together in this cafe in my hometown, and it was just, you were like, "Hey, Stephanie, we're in your hometown. Come to the coffee shop and hang out with us." So I went to the coffee shop, and we were all hanging out in person. It was just a very funny dream. Maybe I've been working too much, I don't know, but it was fun, and it was cool. So thought I'd share that with you. All right, so we should get started. This is Would You Rather, and this is a conversation game, basically. There's no real points awarded, but you'll be presented with 2 imaginary situations, and you have to choose one of the situations and then defend your position. Basically, say why you chose what you chose. And from that, we'll have a really interesting discussion. We'll get to know each other quite a bit, and hopefully have some fun tonight. So it is a fluency-based class. I won't correct much unless you ask, or unless there's like some error that impedes communication, of course. But so the idea is you'll have many chances to basically talk about these hypothetical situations. You might need some grammar structures you'll need would be anything with hypothetical situations. So second conditional, and of course the modal would, which is in the title, Would You Rather. And rather in this case means prefer. What would you prefer? So we'll start with a couple of situations that I have already chosen, but it's always more fun if you have your own situation that you have thought of. Keep that in mind, because after the first round, I will ask for your suggestions, and that's always fun too. So with that, let's go to it. Our first one, I thought we'd start with kind of a fun one. Definitely imaginary situations here. So, would you rather live in Harry Potter's world or live the life of fame and wealth? And just a quick note before we start, if you live in Harry Potter's universe, you're a nobody wizard with an education and an average job. You're not Harry Potter. But if you choose the life of wealth, you are a retired billionaire investor, and you can pick your level of notoriety or your level of fame. So you can be as famous as you choose if you choose fame and wealth. So those are the situations. What would you rather do? Would you rather live in Harry Potter's world, or would you rather live the life of fame and wealth? And to start, I always like to start with a volunteer. So do I have a volunteer to start us off with the first situation?
May I?
Yes, please do. Go ahead, Anna Carolina.
Teacher, a nobody wizard, but I would have power to make my magic.
Let's
To do
say
my
that
magic.
again.
I would be if I choose the Harry Potter's world, I would be a nobody wizard, but I would have the power to do magic,
True, yes. Yes, you would.
and I would have my own magic wand and stuff.
Yes, yes, you would.
So I would rather live in Harry Potter's world. Definitely.
Good. And why? What would you do? Why?
Because when my gosh, I know it's a bit ridiculous and maybe childlike, but when I read this kind of books, or when I see this kind of movie, I wish I could be there, you know. And my gosh, when I went to the Universal Studios, I I was like a child in the Harry Potter simulator. It's very cool, teacher. I always wanted uh, to be a witch, you know, to fly, and my gosh, it's just so cool.
Yeah, yeah, great. I agree. I have to say. Usually
I
I
know
wait to go to.
it's a bit ridiculous to say something like that, but it's true. I really, I really would like to be a witch. A witch.
I agree. I agree. That's why this is a fun scenario. And usually I wait to go until last, but I'm going to cast my vote now and say I agree with you. I think I would much rather have the ability to cast spells and make magical things happen versus fame and fortune. This sounds like so much fun. Great. Great, excellent. And let's move to the right. Anna, how about you? What would you prefer?
I would rather live in a Harry Potter's world because I am sure I am not suffer from any disappointed with anyone because, in my opinion, it would be like a fantasy world, like Alice in Wonderland, more or less, I suppose. It would be a magic world, and you always feel happy with a special situation.
Yeah, you'd be able to make any situation into a fun situation through magic.
Yes, magic fun is a good way to live without any problem. I think.
Yeah, great. Yeah, magic could solve most of life's daily problems, certainly.
Yes, yes.
Great, good. So 3 votes for Harry Potter so far. Great. Luciane, how about you? And am I saying your name right? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What would you prefer, and why?
I prefer live the life of fame and wit.
Good, good. And why?
Yeah. Because I think it is more real. That's the reality, and living Harry Potter, it's a kind of fantasy, you know.
Good, yeah. So you would choose reality, and to be fair, I think having fame and wealth is probably as close to being a wizard as we could get in the world. You could make anything happen.
Yes, I think so.
Great, great, good. Thank you.
Well,
Mark, how about you? What would you prefer, and why?
Well, I prefer to live a life surrounded by fame and wealth. You know, I think that I'm a very urban person, and I think if I had to live in the Harry Potter's world, it'd be kind of boring for me. And so I think modern life is much more exciting. We can do lots of interesting things, travel, and you can imagine a world without internet, without Twitter, without communication. I think it's kind of boring for me. Definitely, I prefer to live a life of fame and wealth.
Great, yeah. So life of fame and wealth here would give you with technology and everything that we have, you'd be able to make anything you wanted happen anyway.
Yep.
Funny. Good, good, good. So we have 3 votes for Harry Potter, 2 votes for fame and fortune. Very good. Robert, how about you? What would you prefer?
Well, I would prefer live in Harry Potter's world uh, because I would like to do or cast spells. I like Harry Potter because he can fly with the broomstick, and I would cast a spell so I could teletransport to or use the invisible cloak. And I think that fame and wealth can be a little bit stressful.
Oh yeah, yeah. So in Harry Potter's world, you'd have the ability to be invisible, to fly, but you wouldn't have the troubles that fame would bring you.
Yeah, that's it.
Good, great. I like that answer. Good. All right. So 4 for Harry Potter, 2 for fame and fortune. Sandra, how about you? What would you prefer?
I could live in Harry Potter's world also, because I think it could be better to have a life plenty of magic than a life of fame and wealth. And if you are a wizard or a witch, you can make all the money you want, and you can have the fame and wealth also.
Yeah, that's a good point. That with your magical powers, you could probably make all the money you needed, or not need money because you could magic the things into being that you needed. Great, good, awesome, thank you. So 5 for Harry Potter, 2 for fame and fortune. And Ken, hello.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. And so what would you prefer? Would you rather live in Harry Potter's world, or would you rather live the life of fame and wealth?
I don't like Harry Potter's world so much. I watch all of the films, but the world is a bit gloomy atmosphere, so I prefer living the life of fame and wealth in this world.
And so if it's this world, you would rather live famous and wealthy. You think you can do more with that than with magic.
Yes.
Good, great. All right, another vote for fame and fortune. So we have 3 for fame and fortune, 5 for Harry Potter, and I believe we have one more. Ksenia, hello.
Hello, Stephanie.
How are you tonight?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. And what would you prefer and why?
I would rather live the life of fame and wealth because I am scary to live in Harry Potter's world because there are a lot of dangerous creatures there and I'm afraid of them. I just like to watch or read about something dangerous, but I don't like to live in such world.
Good, yeah. So, like, with reality,
yes,
it would make more sense to have fame and wealth. And that's a good point about the world of Harry Potter could be quite scary at times. Dragons, I certainly would not want to fight a dragon. So, good. So, fame and fortune. Which I believe brings us to, this is a close one. We're pretty evenly divided. We have 5 for Harry Potter and 4 for fame and fortune. So pretty even there. Good, good. Good one. Does anyone have any final comments on this scenario? All right. Great. Okay, so that was kind of our warm-up, like our first scenario. So after each scenario from the website, I will ask if there's anyone who has their own would you rather scenario. And of course, you don't have to have your own, but if there's anyone who has a would you rather scenario that they would like to present to the group, we could hear that now. Otherwise, we'll have more options later on.
I have one.
All right, let's hear it. Great.
Okay, I want you guys to tell me if you guys prefer to be able to fly or to be invisible.
Ah, good. So would you rather have the ability to fly, or would you rather have the ability to be invisible, and why? And since it's your question, I am going to call on you to go first. What would you prefer, to fly or be invisible, and why?
Me?
Sorry, yes. I keep muting myself and then trying to talk. Yes. So what would you prefer?
I think I prefer to be invisible. I think it would be more fun just to be able to go to any places and, especially to know what people think about me, or if they are talking about me or something like that. I think it would be kind of funny if I could have been invisible.
Yeah, you could certainly learn a lot being invisible.
Yeah.
Learn things you wouldn't learn otherwise.
Yeah.
Good, and that's why this is a really good scenario. Both powers would be amazing for different reasons. So good. All right. So we have one vote for being invisible, and the question is: would you rather be invisible or would you rather be able to fly? Let's move to the right again. Robert, what would you rather be able to do? Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible?
Yeah, I think it's a tough question because I would like to have both powers, but maybe I go for flying because I would like to, well, it would be great, the feeling of freedom and the fact that I could travel and visit a lot of places. I'm feeling like a bird. I don't know, I would like to feel like that. Although invisibility, it has a lot of advantages, so you could go and anyone could notice you, and you could do lots of things. I don't know, but I would choose flying.
Good, yeah, it's a tough choice.
Yeah.
Good. So flying, there's feeling like a bird is a feeling I think you couldn't get any other way. That would be amazing. Great. All right, Sandra, how about you? Would you rather fly or would you rather be invisible?
I'd rather be invisible because if you were invisible, nobody has to find it out, and you can keep it as a secret, and it's more funny for me, I think.
Good. So there's something that attracts you about the secretiveness of, or the secrecy involved with being invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Great. Good. Excellent. Good. That's why this is a tough choice. I'm not sure what I'll choose, but I don't have to go yet. Ken, how about you? What would you rather, be invisible or would you rather be able to fly?
Yeah, maybe invisible. I would prefer being invisible because I can. If I am invisible, I would sneak into the maybe plane to fly to go somewhere. So and maybe I can go anywhere probably. And maybe so. So I would prefer invisible. Yeah.
Good point. I hadn't thought of that. That being invisible, you really wouldn't have to buy a plane ticket because no one would see you get on the plane. You could just go on at any time to any plane and go anywhere you wanted. Great. Cool. Excellent. Ana Carolina, how about you? What would you prefer?
I would rather. My gosh, both are so cool. Sometimes I dream that I am flying. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. To be invisible would be great, you know. But then I would be very disappointed if I listened to someone saying something bad about me, you know. And if I were invisible, I would be tempted to do wrong things because I would know that I could get away, you know, if those things. So I believe it's not a great idea. I would rather fly, yes, because I would continue being honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I would avoid having disappointments.
Good point. Yeah, if you were invisible, who knows what might happen? You might get carried away with yourself and do things maybe that you shouldn't do. Oh, funny, very funny. Great. Ana, how about you? What would you prefer, fly or be invisible?
No, I'd rather to fly it because I would be in full nature, around with all kind of birds in beautiful shapes, above on the clouds, breathing fresh air. Also, I would travel to other country easily without pay anything. It's easier.
Good, yeah. So flying would give you a freedom that you couldn't get otherwise.
Yes, other experience.
Yeah, I think
the major dream of a humans would be flight, I think.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point that even though we can fly in airplanes, it's not the same as being able to fly ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
A long time ago, had some men who tried to fly it, but unfortunately they couldn't because some of them died when they was trying to fly with like I don't know how to say in English, alas, artificial,
Wings.
yes,
Artificial wings.
yes, artificial wings, yes.
Yeah. That there's a Greek fable or a Greek the Greek myth of Icarus, who made wings out of feathers and wax, and he flew too close to the sun,
Yes,
and he died.
Yes. It was like a snow. And how to say when the snow smell? No, yes, smell when the snow is,
fell.
I don't know. Sorry.
Or when the snow was melting.
When the snow se derrite por el calor.
Oh yeah. When the snow melts.
Melt. Thank you, teacher.
Great, great. Good points, good points. So yeah, definitely flying as a human being would be completely different than flying in a machine. Good, so marked you down as fly. So we have 3 votes for being invisible and 3 votes for flying. And Ksenia, it's your turn. What would you rather do?
I would rather have a possible to fly because I think not many people, but as for me, from my childhood, it was my dream to fly, and I had dreams about flying, and it was a great feelings when you're flying. It's very great. I can't describe it, but it's like when you see a movie with eye scene, with eye view scene, when you see all trees or water, lakes or mountains. It's like breathtaking. So you couldn't breathe because you see all this beauty. And of course, I prefer flying.
Great, good. Yeah, that bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah, you could only get from flying. Good, good, great. All right, I think so. That was everyone. We have 3 for invisible, 4 for flying. So I will cast my vote, and I think I will also choose fly. I think to be invisible would be awesome and cool, but I think it would also be scary. I think I would not like to be around when, for example, if people were talking about me, I don't want to hear that. And also just the sensation, the physical sensation that several of you spoke of about flying. We can fly in airplanes, but that's nothing at all like what a bird must feel. So to be able to fly myself and to see like a bird sees and feel the wind the way a bird feels the wind, I think it would be fantastic. And also, it would be really fast. I would love to be able to just fly every weekend to a new country, to a new part of the world for free very quickly. I think it'd be a fast way to see the world and very fun. So on our score sheet, here is our very scientific score sheet. We have 5 for flying and 4 for invisible, or 3 for invisible. Great work. That was a really good question. Thank you, Mark. And everyone, if you have thought of a scenario, keep it in mind. We're going to go back to the website for our next scenario, but after that, I'll ask again for scenarios that you have thought of. So think of those and keep them in mind. And we'll go to our next one. And this is one I thought was really interesting. This is a little bit more serious, but still completely unreal, both imaginary. Would you rather know the date of your death, or would you rather know the cause of your death? And in either scenario, your death cannot be avoided by acting upon this knowledge. So regardless of your choice, you cannot influence your own death in any way. So that is the scenario. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? And Mark started this last time, so this time let's go to Robert. Robert, will you start us off? Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death, and why?
Well, I think I would rather know the date of my death because Well, although it's a difficult topic, it's controversial, but I think I would prefer the date, because knowing how you are going to die, it has to be difficult. We are not really aware of how lucky we are that we are living. That I don't know how to express that. If you know when are you going to die, I think we would live more intensively, in an intense way, and that's it. Maybe if I'm going to die and I know the cause, I would be worried about that. If it's awful death, I think I wouldn't like to know how.
Good. Yeah, good point. So knowing the cause might be frightening.
Yeah.
And of course, in either scenario, you can't do anything about it. So knowing the cause might just frighten you for no reason.
Yeah.
Whereas knowing the date, you might at least be able to enjoy your last days to their fullest. Good. Good. Great. Thank you for starting us off. All right, going around. Ken, how about you? What would you rather know?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to know neither of them. Yeah, both of them scary, so I don't choose. I can't choose. Yeah,
That's true.
I don't want to know both of them.
Yeah, this is
happy, to spend happy life.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. That either knowing either would decrease your happiness. So it's best not to know. Best not to know. But if you were forced, what if you were forced to know one or the other?
What is forced?
Forced, like like someone was holding a gun to your head and they said either.
No, I think that kind of polarized thinking is a kind of, I don't like that actually. It's Western debate always polarize opinion in two ways, and as if the answer is only two. So I don't like such things actually, personally. Sorry.
And no, thank you for sharing. And that actually, it doesn't make sense in this scenario. You almost can't polarize it that way, because holding a gun to the head would be the cause of the death then. So it kind of destroys the question in that sense. Good. Okay, so we're going to mark you down in the middle. I'm putting a little tally mark above or. Thank you. Good thoughts. Ana Carolina, how about you? If you had to choose, which one would you choose and why?
Okay, I would rather know the date of my death because I would jot down my bucket list, and then I would like to know the time to do everything that I wanna do before I pass away. All right. And then I would tell everyone, you have to allow me to do that because I will pass away that day, and it is written on my bucket list.
So you'd almost have a little bit of freedom, knowing the date. You'd be granted some freedoms that you wouldn't otherwise have. Interesting. Good, great, thank you. Ana, how about you? Morbid topic, but if you had to know one or the other, which one would you prefer?
Like it's difficult, any of them, but I'd rather make a joke in this case. I'd rather know my date of my death, because in this case I would steal a bank at night, And in the morning, my family would have a lot of money, and nobody would know who stole the bank.
I like that. That's a great way to answer a very morbid and difficult topic.
Yes, because I don't like the question.
Yeah. Both are terrible situations. I think we would all choose neither.
Yes.
Nobody wants to know either of these.
No.
But good. I like that. That at least if it was the date, you could do something for your family.
Yes. Something that when you are alive is impossible to think about that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something we shouldn't spend too much time thinking on, since luckily for all of us, both are unreal situations. Great. Good thoughts, everyone. This is a good discussion. Carolina, hello.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right. So we've got a difficult couple of scenarios here. Both are undesirable, but if you were forced to choose, what would you rather know?
Okay. I would rather... Excuse me. I would rather that this doesn't know the day of my death, because if I know that, I think I will live more stressing and bored, and I don't know, sad, because I have to count the less days, and I don't have life for do that.
Interesting. I think that's a good point to bring up, looking at it from that way. Having to know the number of days you have left could be more stressful than knowing how.
Yeah, and if you have a few days, it's very terrible.
Yeah, that would definitely be just a nightmare. Great. Good, thank you for sharing. Ksenia, how about you? What would you rather know, and why?
I would rather know the cause of my death, because if I know the date of my death, I think I will live in a big stress, and I count every day how many days I have to live before I will die. I think it's horrible, but if you just know a course, it's possible, but maybe it's will be in 100 years. But it's you live your style, you live your usual life. But I don't know, I think it's normal topic, death. It's normal, it's natural, it's nothing scary. It's the same that we scare to birth. Because our life is so difficult, and if we will scare at birth, it's the same to scare about death. It's the normal end of our life, and it's better to live a great life, but yes, maybe 20, 30 years only, but it's better to live 100 years, but I don't know, usual boring life. So it's normal. So I choose the course of my death.
Great. Really interesting thoughts, definitely. I like that you put up the naturalness of death. That it is something that's coming no matter what. So maybe it's better to know the cause rather than the date. To know the date is to live in fear, or to be counting down the days, which would definitely be unpleasant, to say the least. Great. Which brings us to, I think we have, let's see, by my count we have 3 for date of death, 2 for cause of death, 1 or. So Mark, what would you prefer if you were forced to choose?
That's a really tough question. No, but I think if I really were forced to choose, I'd probably choose to know the date of my death, because actually it scares me a lot, just disappear. So if I knew the day, I'd probably try to do all the things that I've left undone, and I would try to keep people who are important to me close, and I would thank my friends for their friendship, and I will try to enjoy the rest of my life. But that's really tough, definitely.
Good, good. Yeah. So knowing the date, you could at least appreciate what you have in the time that you have. Great, great. Good point. Excellent. Great thoughts, everyone. This is one of the more serious would you rather questions. Of course, sometimes they're fun and sometimes they're a little serious. And I suppose if I have to cast a vote, if I could act upon this knowledge, then maybe I'd like to know the cause, because maybe I could prevent that cause. But since knowing the cause won't allow me to change it, I suppose if I had to, I'd rather know the date. Because like Mark said, like Anna Carolina said, at least I could complete some things on my bucket list. I could make the most of my time. Both very difficult though. Not a fun scenario, either one. Great, everyone. All right. And so with that, I'll ask again, are there any scenarios that you have? Has anyone thought of a would-you-rather scenario they'd like to share with the group?
May I?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Would you rather be toothless or bald?
Say that one more time.
Would you rather be toothless without your teeth, or bald? Or bald without your hair, teacher? Sorry about my pronunciation, Stephanie.
No, I'm just hoping I'm getting it right. So without your hair, so bald.
Bald or toothless? I will type.
Yeah. Thoughtless, I'm not sure. Bald or...
Without your teeth.
Oh, bald or toothless. Yeah, bald or toothless. Oh, that's a great one.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh, that is a really great one.
I mispronounced. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought maybe you're saying thoughtless, like without thoughts, but without teeth. So no teeth or no hair. Which would you rather? And Anna Carolina, since it's your question, I am going to ask that you answer first. What would you rather be, toothless or bald?
Okay, teacher. My gosh, both would be awful, but I believe that if I had to wear a wig, everyone would notice it. And nowadays we can have surgeries to have my gosh, dental implants, So I would rather be toothless. Then I would implant my teeth, my tooth, my teeth. My gosh.
Yeah, teeth. Yeah, so you would have teeth implants.
Teeth implants, yes, because we can implant hair, but sometimes it can go awry, and you have to have some hair remaining to do that, and to implant teeth, you don't have to to
Yeah,
have
good.
Okay.
I think you bring up some really great points. Yeah, with hair implants, you have to have some hair already, and even then, they might not work. Whereas technology has made teeth implants much more realistic. Great.
Yes.
Really.
And if I had teeth implants, I would never more have a tooth decay, and my new teeth would be very, very white.
That's true. They'd be very white and straight, and you'd never have to worry about flossing or brushing. Great. Good. I like this scenario. Nice. Great. Moving to the right, Carolina, how about you? Would you rather be toothless or bald? Carolina? Uh-oh, problem. Okay, she's having a problem. Let's go to the left then. How about Ken? Ken, if you had to choose, would you choose to be toothless or bald, and why?
Yeah, maybe as a man, maybe being bald is easier, and toothless, influence to my health, or maybe being bald. Maybe I can use wig, but I don't want to use wig. But anyway, maybe for me, maybe being bald is easier than toothless. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's a personal preference. But yeah, definitely toothless affect to my health or eating habits. So yeah, and I can wear a cap if I am bald. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Good. And I wonder, and I'm posing this question to the entire group, but I wonder how much has to do with gender. I know personally for me, being bald as a female, being bald would be very difficult. Whereas I'm sure it's difficult for males as well, but there is the attractive bald male is a thing, whereas you don't see attractive bald females usually. So I wonder if that's anything to do with it. Do you have any comment on that, Ken? Do you think gender plays into that at all?
Maybe because maybe how can I say not only the gender but also how society sees the genders. That's why people maybe care. Maybe the care about such kind of thing different. Could be different. Yeah, based on genders. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. How society views you versus how you are. Good. Great. Thank you for sharing. Robert, how about you? Would you rather be toothless or bald?
Well, first I have to say that I agree with you. I think it's more common to see a man bald rather than women. It's impressive or impactant. I don't know how to say that. Bald woman than a man. And then if I had to choose, I think, well, both have, there is a remedy for both of them. If there wasn't a remedy, I think I would choose to be bald, because being toothless, I think it's more impactant. I don't know the adjective.
Impactful.
Okay, impactful if you don't have teeth. And even more important, it's also about health issue. Because of digestive problems, you can't chew things properly, so I would choose to be bald. If there is no remedy,
Good, and I think that's a good point. If there's no remedy, definitely yeah, being bald won't affect your quality of life so much.
Yeah.
But having no teeth will certainly affect what you eat and, of course, your smile and how you look. Yeah, great. Good, thank you for sharing. Mark, how about you? Would you rather be toothless or bald, and why?
Oh, gee, things keep getting worse for us in this class. Of course, he's talking about death, now about... But, if I had to choose, I probably would stay with baldness. Even though I love my hair and I have long hair, so it would be, terrible if I was bald. But I think I could try different wigs, different colors, and so on. And with my teeth, I could smile at least, and it would be easier for me to eat. So no teeth for me, no tooth for me.
All right, great, excellent. Marking you down for toothless then. Good, and good points, excellent, thank you. All right, Ksenia, how about you? Bald or toothless, and why?
But I think use implants or wigs against the rule of this game. So if we without tooth forever, without hair we forever. So no implants and no wigs. So as we have a nice accessories for our head, like a scarf or head, I think I prefer bald, but I love my hair a lot, also as a mark. But I choose to be bald than without tools because without tools, I think we can lose our health. We couldn't chew well, and I think will be a lot of problem with our stomach and many problems. So it's my choice.
All right, great, excellent. Good, looks like bald is winning. And I have to say, to cast my vote, I think I agree with all of you. If there's no implants or no fakes, I would choose to be bald. I don't like hats and I don't like scarves, but I like my teeth more than I don't like hats. So I would rather have my teeth than my hair. However, if we were allowed implants, both hair implants, and let's, for the sake of conversation, to say that you could have hair implants that worked okay and tooth implants that worked okay, in that case, I would probably choose bald. Or, no, toothless then. If I could have good tooth implants, I would choose to be toothless. And that's based kind of on my previous experience and that of my mother's. I'm actually missing quite a few teeth. You wouldn't know that from looking at me. But yeah, so I've lost a few teeth and had a few implants, and the implants are very, very good. So if I could have all implants, that would be great. I could have the smile I've always wanted. I could actually look better than I already do. Whereas hair implants are not quite so advanced. They don't look as real. So if there are implants, I would choose to be toothless. But if there's no implants, I would choose to be bald because teeth are very important. They are a sign of health. And I think they affect your quality of life more than your hair does, just because eating is so important. So I guess that's my answer. I don't know even where to mark myself, but we'll just stop there. We're and yes, if I was invisible, none of that would matter. Really good. I really liked that one, Anna Carolina. Thank you for sharing. That was a great one. And thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. This was a fun, quick Would You Rather session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Every question's a little different from the last one, but I will continue this class on a regular basis, so if you think of a situation, just be on the lookout and come to another class in the future and share it with us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye. Bye.